Thank you for joining me today. My name is Janine Williamson, and I am a Station Relations Manager at NPR Digital Services. Thank you for joining me today. I am here with you to share how underwriting ads in the responsive theme works in Core Publisher. If you have any questions, you can enter them in the chat window to the right in GoToMeeting, and I'll save some time at the end for questions as well. All right, so let's get started. So today I'm going to talk about what's new with ads in responsive, connecting your ads to your responsive site using DoubleClick for Publisher, how to create new ad unit names in DFP, how to create custom ad targeting in DFP, and I'm just going to touch on that lightly. We will have a more detailed training on ad targeting in our check-in calls this week, so make sure you sign up for those. And then finally, at the end, we'll talk about next steps for switching to responsive. So what's new with ads in responsive? We have updated our configuration to fit best practices used by Google and NPR today. So in the past, you might be familiar with having a configuration page in Core Publisher. That actually wasn't best practices that we were following at that time until we decided to move all of the configuration for your ads into DFP. And that allows us to make sure we're staying on course with what's new in DFP and what's happening with Google. You also have the opportunity to custom target. You used to only be able to target your categories or your homepage, but now you can target anything as small as a specific post, or you can target larger and target all of your program pages or all of your topic pages. You no longer need to do configuration in Core Publisher, as I just mentioned, and ads flow into your posts and your homepage content, which is a little different than what most stations are used to right now with the current themes that you have for Core Publisher. And we'll talk about how the ads work and how they kind of look on your page in our training next week, so make sure you sign up for that. What ad spaces are available? You will have the following ad blocks available in responsive. You'll have a desktop size that includes one 728 by 90, three 300 by 250s. You might be used to having the two 300 by 250 medium rectangles in your existing theme. So now you get an additional 300 and 250 medium rectangle size. You also will have on the tablet, so when you do go responsive and someone's using a tablet, you'll have one 728 by 90 as well as three 300 by 250s. On your mobile device, there will be one 320 by 50 ad unit that will show, and I'll talk about how to configure those in a few slides. All right, so how do you get started with Core Publisher and your DFP account? So for any station that's on the line that has never used DFP before, you are not required to use ads in Core Publisher. However, if you are using ads, you do need to configure your ads in DFP. That is the way that they are trafficked. That is how you can find click-throughs and get reporting information on your ads. So you are not required to have ads in Core Publisher, but if you do want to use ads, you do need to use DFP. How does Core Publisher connect to DFP in your current setup, in your current theme? You may be used to going to an ad configuration page in Core Publisher, and on this page you would connect to DFP by entering your ad unit names from your DFP account. Choose block placement, so select the blocks where you want the ad to appear, and target to a category or your home page. So you could select the category or homepage option where you want your ad to appear. And this is what it looks like. So if you're familiar with Core Publisher now, this is how the page looks right now, where you would go in and you enter in your ad unit name, your block, select your block, either right rail first, right rail second, right rail third, or top banner. And then you would also say if you want it to go to a specific category, like your families and community, as you see it's listed here, or you could say you want it to go to a specific homepage. So this is what you guys are used to in the current theme that Core Publisher has. So things are a little different in Core Publisher for the new theme for responsive. There are 3 main steps to getting started with DFP in the responsive theme. The first step is you need to connect your Core Publisher site to your DFP account. And the way to do that is to provide digital services with your DFP network ID. And I'll show you in just a few minutes where you can locate your network ID, but we do need that in order to connect your site to your DFP account. The second thing is you will have to create standard ad unit names in your DFP account. These ad unit names are going to be the way that you select where or which block your Core Publisher, your ad will show up in Core Publisher. And then finally, you would want to add targeting to the system. So you would have to set up targeting in your DFP line items. Like I mentioned before, everything now is going to be handled in DFP. All we need is to make that first connection, and then everything will be in your DFP account. So how do you get connected? How do you connect your Core Publisher account with your DFP account? We need you to provide us with your network code or network ID, and you also need to provide us with an ad unit prefix. Now, for most stations, we just recommend using your call letters for your ad unit prefix. It's something that your station is going to designate, and it's better to stay similar to what you currently have on your site. So we would recommend using your call letters for your ad unit prefix. Once you have your network code from your DFP account and you choose your ad unit prefix, go ahead and email that either to myself or to Rakisha Chase, and we can make that connection for you so that you can start to see your ads on your Backstage account. Whatever connection that you are making right now, you are setting up for your live account. So don't worry, you don't have to do this twice. You're only going to have to do it once, and you can set up all your ads right now during this cycle during this cycle phase, so that when you're going live, your ads will automatically start flowing in. So I'm just going to jump out of my screen here and go over to what it's going to look like in your DFP account so you can be familiar with where to grab that information. So we're just going to jump out here for a second and go to our DFP account. So here is your DFP account. You want to find your network ID on the admin tab. And you're just going to look down on the network settings page, and you're going to find it here under network code. That's the ID that we need. Again, you can choose your own ad unit prefix, but we recommend your ad unit prefix to remain the same as your call letters. You want to email that along with your network code or network ID to myself or Rakisha Chase, whoever has been communicating with you this week. And then we can connect your Core Publisher site to your DFP account. So the next thing that you want to do is you want to set up your ad unit names. And you're going to do that in the inventory tab. Your ad unit names are going to be what we used to call your blocks in Core Publisher ad configuration. You want to identify which block placement you want for each of your ads. We do have a spreadsheet that we will provide to you that allows you to do a bulk update of your new ad unit names. Your ad unit names are going to have to include your ad unit prefix, so your call letters, and then each one of the blocks has a specific name. The blocks or the new ad unit names that you should familiarize yourself with, there are 6, and they are standard ad unit names. Every station is going to use them, except at the beginning there's going to be your station ad unit prefix. So there is the top banner, which is that 728 by 90 size. Some of you call it the pencil push down. That is the leaderboard _1. It's also called the top banner, is also called the tablet _1. The right rail first is going to be medium 1. The right rail second is going to be medium 2. The right rail third is going to be medium 3. And your mobile ad is going to be mobile 1. So just keep in mind, these are the equivalent of blocks in your current Core Publisher ad configuration. So once you get the spreadsheet from us, you can upload that into your DFP account on your inventory tab, and that's going to allow you to preset all of these ad unit names into your system so that you can actually select them when you create an ad and have a line item. So this is the inventory tab. On the inventory tab, you will see a section that says new ad unit, and it's a red block. And right next to it, you'll see bulk upload new ad units. And so you just want to take the spreadsheet that we provide you, put in your ad unit prefix, and then just upload it. It's a standard CSV file. Upload it here, and then it will put all of those ad unit prefixes into your DFP account so that you can select them for your ads later. The next step is actually selecting your blocks for each individual ad. So you do not have to recreate all of your existing ads that you have in DFP. However, you do have to choose a block for each ad that you have in your account. So this is what it looks like once you do go to an ad and go into a line item. You're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you're going to actually add in those new ad unit names. So why don't I show you what this looks like in your DFP account. All right, so if you're in your DFP account, you want to go to Orders. After selecting your orders, you want to find one of the orders that you already have set up in the system. I'm just going to take this first one here. It might take a second for the page to load. And now once we're in an order, you can see all of the line items for that order. So I'm just going to find one of my line items that I want to now show up in responsive. I'm going to select the line item and scroll all the way down to the bottom. And at the bottom, you're going to see it automatically kind of shows up on this browse section, and you want to click on add units. And in that add unit space, once you click on add units, it's going to show you every single ad unit that you have available. And this is the step that we just completed. We uploaded new ad units into your DFP account. So now you will see your call letters along with the new ad unit names that we created. So you're going to have a leaderboard. If you would like this you would like this ad to show up on your leaderboard, you're going to select leaderboard, your station call letters _leaderboard 1, and you're going to click on include. You're going to do the same thing if you want it to show up on your mobile. And you would do the same thing if you wanted it to show up on your other areas as well. So we can say Aaron is this account, and then we would add any additional ad units we wanted. So if we wanted it to show up in the 300 by 250, we could do that as well. You just want to make sure that you're selecting the ad units that you just brought into Core Publisher. Now, if you want this ad to show up run of site, that means it's going to show up on every post, every page, every area on your site, then you want to select all of the ad unit names that you just uploaded. So your station underscore medium 1, your station underscore medium 2. You want to add all of those new 6 ad units into the ad, and it will show up run of site. So it's going to show up everywhere. This is just to reiterate, you want to go to each order, make sure you go to each order, and then you want to select each line item, scroll down to the ad targeting section. By default, you'll be on the inventory tab, and you want to select add unit. And you can start to type your new ad unit prefixes that you just uploaded into the system, and it will autofill for you, so you'll see all of your new ad unit names, or you can use the scrolling option as well. These are your blocks. So it's equivalent to the blocks that you use to select in your Core Publisher ad config page. And you want to select include next to the appropriate ad unit name. At the end, you always want to make sure you click save before you exit the page. Otherwise, it's not going to connect and you're going to be concerned because you won't see your ads. So you want to complete these steps for each one of your orders and each one of your line items that you want to show up in your Core Publisher responsive site. If you completed these steps, then that means that you are now running your ads run of site. So all of the ads that you have placed will show up on every page, program, topic, category, and people on your site, and every post as well. If you want to select a specific place for a particular ad, you can set up custom targeting. An example of this would be if you sell ads for a specific program to an underwriter, so they want to show up on the World program on your site. You can target specifically to that program. And I'm going to talk about it here just as an overview, but we will be covering this in greater detail in the check-in calls this week. So definitely sit in on the check-in calls. With Core Publisher, we are providing setup for each station. So we will get you set up with responsive and your DFP account, but we cannot provide additional troubleshooting for DFP or for Google. They actually have a support center where you can learn more about kind of that advanced targeting if you need to. Like I said, we can set it up, your initial setup for you, but we cannot provide additional support. There's a great link here, support.google.com, where you can ask questions and you can see additional information on targeting, as well as other helpful tips on using DFP. So just a high-level overview of how targeting works. The first thing that you want to do if you are interested in targeting is come up with a strategy. You should discuss that strategy with your team. You should understand what the underwriting team needs, which parts of your site they want to target, and how they're selling that. For the most part, many stations just do run of site, so that means you have each one of your ads showing up across your site in every place possible. But if you want us to do something more specific, you can target. So once you decide what you're targeting, you want to visit your site and you want to find the appropriate page, program, topic, category, person, or post that you want to target to. Once on that specific page, you want to right click and you want to find your source code. Your source code is going to give you a specific targeting key. You want to find in the source code targeting, the actual word targeting, and then that will show you a line of code that looks like this. It's going to say targeting, colon, and then it's going to have a long string of information. What does that string actually mean? So if you, for example, wanted to target your home page, when you search for targeting, you're going to see this long string, and you're going to see something called a key value pair. Your key value pair is what is going to actually set up that targeting in your DFP account. So if I go to the home page and on any site right now and I type in, if I open up my source code and I search for, I do a control find for targeting, I'm going to see this long kind of string of content. If I want to target specifically to all aggregate pages, an ag is an aggregate page. So that means any page except for the home page. So that's your tag pages, your topic pages, your category pages. It's pretty much any page that has a little river on it on your site. I'm going to look at this long string of content and I'm going to say, all right, I want a key value pair. So I want a key and I also want a value. So in this example, if I want to target to all of my ag pages, all of my aggregate pages, I'm going to take the key as type and the value as ag. So I can see here the keys are always going to be separated by a colon. So the type is I want a specific type of targeting or specific type of page, and the type of page I'm looking for to target to are all of my aggregate pages. So that's a pretty large umbrella. What if I wanted to target to a specific page or a specific post? Another example would be if I wanted to target to the home page. So I can see in this long string here, and it looks even longer when you're in the source code. I want to target to my home page only. So I want to find the key ag and the value home page. Once again, you'll see that the key and the value pair are separated by a colon, and that's going to mean that on the home page, on the aggregate, the page type aggregate home page, this specific ad will only show up on the home page. So my key is ag and my value is home page. So if you want to actually make this connection in your DFP account, you want to go to Inventory, Custom Targeting, and it gives you the option to add new key and value pairs. You have to add your key value pairs first before you can target a specific order to it. So let's take a look at what this looks like in an actual DFP account. I'm just going to go over to my DFP account here, and I'm going to go back to my orders, or excuse me, inventory. You're going to go to inventory, and you're going to click on custom targeting. Once you click on custom targeting, you'll see you can add a new key, or if you've added any keys in the past, you're going to see them listed down below. So if I wanted to add a new key, first I want to look for that name. So my key is going to be ag, as I listed before. And then I want to add a value. My value is going to be homepage. And you're going to make sure that you set these up first before you begin, and you want to click save, of course. I already have that key value pair here. So I'm just going to go back to my list, and this is what it looks like. Here's my key is ag and my value is homepage. You can see you can become as granular as you possibly can. So if I wanted to actually target a specific post, I can find the key value pair for that, which would be the key would be ID, and then each post has its own individual number ID. So you can really make your custom targeting as broad as you want or as granular as you want. So once you set up all of your key value pairs, then you can actually use these key value pairs on an actual order. So I'm going to go back to my orders. I'm going to go to an active order, and I'm going to go to a line item. Once you're on that line item, you want to scroll down to the bottom again, and you're going to see there is a custom criteria option here on the left-hand side. In that custom criteria, you're going to have the option to add in or select a key, and it's going to include all of the keys that you have created so far. So if I wanted this to go to a post, for example, I can find the key, which was ID, and then I can enter in the number of the post. If you wanted to add something that is a little bit more granular or larger, you can go ag, and then you want the ag to be homepage. And so now it's going to go to any one of the blocks that I have set up above. So all of these blocks, it's going to deliver to all of these blocks. And it's going to look for a specific post. So it's going to deliver to all of those blocks on a specific post page or on the home page. You also can set up, you always want to make sure you save before you move away from setting up your custom criteria as well. And once you save, then you should be all set. And you can go even more advanced, and you can negative target. So if you wanted a post to not show up on a specific page or not show up on your home page, then you can do something like add a set. You can say, I don't want it to show up on ID 187549. Oh, sorry. So you have the option, if you want a negative target, you can use ID is not 187549. And so that's going to change it. So it says if it is not, you can see here that custom criteria is now changed. You can also delete any other ones. So now it's not going to show up on the post that has the ID 187549. As I mentioned, we can talk about this a little bit more in our training. However, if you have specific needs for targeting, you want to make sure you visit that Google support page. So this is just a reiteration. You enter in your key value pairs under your inventory first. You have to set those up first before you can use custom targeting. And then once you're ready, you can go into, once you have those all set up, you can go into your actual ad units, go to custom criteria, and you can select the key value pairs you want for that specific ad. You're not required to do custom targeting, but if you would like to, you have that option. Just remember to get aligned at your station on what you want to target and have a strategy first. There also is a Google console, a support console that will show you what key value pairs are available in DFP, and that can be a helpful thing to review if you're interested in custom targeting as well. All right, so we are at the end of our time today. Just a reminder about next steps. You want to send us your DFP network ID as soon as possible. You also want to send us your ad unit prefix, which is basically going to be your call letters. Send that to either myself or Rakisha Chase, and we can get your Backstage account set up with your DFP account so you can actually start seeing how your ads will look in responsive on Backstage. Just a reminder, you should set it up now while we are in this cycle period so that when we're ready to go live, your ads will work on your live site. So let's get that started as soon as possible. Send it to us as soon as you can. You also want to upload the ad unit name spreadsheet into your DFP account, and that's going to get all of your standard ad unit names available so you can start connecting your ads. You want to update all existing line items with your new ad unit names so that they will be connected and responsive. And lastly, you want to register for a check-in call this week. We have check-in calls Thursday in the morning for any early risers, and we have a check-in call on Friday for anyone that needs an afternoon call. You can choose to sit in on both or one. You don't have to go to both of them, but you can just choose which one works best for you. We will be posting this recording onto our YouTube channel, as we will be doing after each training this cycle. So make sure you share the YouTube channel with your station. We want to make sure everyone is aware of the changes, especially the people that are in the underwriting department or development that are selling the ad units. They should be aware of these changes and the possibilities that Core Publisher has now. I want to thank you very much for joining me today. I really appreciate your time and attention, and I'm going to take now a few questions. Have a great day if you have no further questions, and I look forward to speaking with you in your check-in call. Make sure you get this homework done. All right, time for questions.